Hi, welcome to the Panic Button. I'm Nina.
I Jess.
Today, we're reacting to a video of a lady with large breasticles.
On purpose? Not from birth, right?
No, definitely not from birth. It's impossible.
And that's factual, probably. I haven't seen this yet.
It's extreme plastic surgery. I thought I had seen big breastises.
And you cannot lie. Sorry.
When I was younger and I saw the movie Striptease, there was this one stripper who had really, really, really big breastises. And I thought those were big, but these are on another level of large.
We just learned about this. This is from, Brian Gnomes, Christy Gnomes' husband. He was into that bimbofication, too.
But does big boobs make you a bimbo? I don't think so.
Looking at the screen, I see bimbo. It looks like Lana Del Rey had too much surgery, honestly.
Women in their family have big boobs. And then they get big boobs. And then they get breast reduction surgery. I've known women like that.
So everyone in my family had double Ds. My mom had to have a reduction, and I came out with C-cups.
Yeah. But as far as bimboification, that's man brain.
Yeah, but some women do that too. Look at all those women who've gotten so much plastic surgery and sit around going,
But they do that for attention from men, not women.
Just like men do the bimboification because they want attention from women still. It's a different type of attention than we understand, but it's still attention.
I think it's just misogyny.
I think this is also part of misogyny. To make yourself so grotesquely only boobs and mouth and legs.
I think it might be just a mental illness.
They're not doing that for themselves. She's doing that
Why would you do? Maybe she's
doing that because of the internet and men's interest
money.
in her. At the end of the day, even though she might be making money from it, it is still feeding off of men and their sexual desires. Yeah. It is making your body an object for men.
Why do men want giant breasticles?
Because
like giant.
It's something that they don't have.
So they just
breasts
want
in general,
like giant ones?
And I think that comes down to oversaturation. Some people like small stuff, some people like big stuff. I think some people are overindulgent in these things, want comically large things.
So they've been so exposed to like corn on the internet that it's not enough for them, so they have to go more extreme in order for them to feel anything about it.
I believe.
That makes sense.
But the problem is that she also is feeding into this by doing it. And if it was for her and she just wanted slightly larger boobs, I'd say, okay, that's for her, right? She wants confidence. She wants to feel better. This is not for her.
Right. Well, let's play the clip and then we'll, go from there.
I do have the largest breast implants in America. There you go.
Okay.
That was painful.
Wait. Okay. Did you see when she
like
rose up that you saw like the blue, purplish? Yeah. I have a question. I know skin stretches, but this is on another level. How is it not torn?
I guess it would have been like slowly adding on to it.
Also, what doctor said, yeah, let's do this? This is healthy.
She may have gone out of country to do it.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
A lot of people do for a bunch of different things.
You're right.
And I have the second largest in the world.
For the past 8 years, Foxy has been obsessed with extremely large breast implants. She has made it part of her emotional coping mechanism. Foxy says that 8 years ago, she went through a divorce.
Whoa, did you see that?
The stretch?
Whoa, look at the lines. They're
That's gotta be uncomfortable.
It's pulling tight. That's taut.
Yeah.
She went through a divorce, lost her job, and her grandfather passed away. She felt that her life had completely hit rock bottom. Whenever she felt sad, anxious, or wanted to regain herself, she would rely on continually enlarging her breasts to feel better. Foxy says she started with a C-cup. She has had 4 breast augmentation surgeries in total. She has also had buttock enhancements, facelifts, rhinoplasty, and more than 10 other cosmetic procedures. She now has the largest breasts in the United States. Each implant is 940 cc, making her breasts the second largest in the world.
Now, when I look in a mirror, I feel super sexy because I love the exaggerated curves.
She feels super sexy.
The only time I see this being a benefit is if you're like really fat and you want to not feel really fat is by having gigantic boobies, right?
To even everything out?
The proportions got to equal out, right?
Yeah.
Because how would you feel sexy looking at that otherwise?
That's why I said it's a mental illness of some sort.
Like I said, there's no way that she doesn't do something online, or like there is something about this that is. Look at her taking pictures
like a body
with men.
dysmorphia.
Like she's sitting there taking. Yeah, it's definitely it's at the very least a form of body dysmorphia, where it feels like you had small. She had, like I said, she had my size. She had knees.
Pardon.
little knees. And that's
Yeah.
not a bad thing. They're fine. But, like, if you wanted to go up to, like, D or larger because that's what you wanted, okay, but do you really need to go that big?
I mean, that's extreme.
You could knock me out. You could, like, I'm assuming it's like partying the Red Sea and you could hit 2 for 1, just knocking people out with those oobaloobies. Oobaloobies.
I wonder how much they do move. You know, are they static?
I think at that point they're just being pulled down to the ground. That's why you see the tension. So I guess they could maybe go a little left and right, but there's no way that they're going down further. That's as far down as they're gonna go.
2 questions.
Yeah.
What's going to happen when she gets older?
Sag.
And how does she get a breast exam? Because they're going to squish those things, right? Those aren't going to fit.
Shouldn't the popping? Do you go in planes? Yeah.
The pressure.
I know.
Oh,
I'm not
man, that's
sure.
scary. Also, how do you sleep? How do you sleep?
Well, she never has to look for a pillow.
Does she sit up?
She just goes.
She just sits up and
She just
sleeps?
falls into them.
Also,
She lifts one up and puts it down and lays on it like a pillow.
that's why I'm wondering if they're movable or if they're just.
I mean, they look
set.
pretty firm, but do you think it's like memory foam?
I don't think so.
sorry, I'm so
Usually,
sorry.
when I see women with breast implants, they usually look like they're separated from the body and hard as rocks.
Yeah, that's what
That's
this looks like
not-
too.
It just looks painful to me.
Her lips look painful, her boobs look painful, and you can sit here and say that you feel sexy, but you look uncomfortable.
Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable looking at
I'm
her.
glad that you feel sexy. Did it help with the divorce? I don't know. Did you find a new man? It doesn't seem like it. You were taking pictures with like 2 different dudes at the same time. So is it like, you say it's for you and your emotional stability or whatever, but I really, really think that you just want men's attention.
Probably.
I love what I've done. I don't want to stop yet. I am obsessed with surgery. But at the end of the day, I'm still the same person under all of the saline.
She even hides saline at home and injects it herself. Watching her breasts grow bit by bit gives her an addictive thrill. She wants to reach 10,000 cc to break the world record. Even if she bumps
She's going to be breaking something, but I don't think it'll be the world record. One of those things are going to pop.
It's crazy.
It's only a matter of time.
So like I said, you're slowly and slowly introducing more and more liquid into it, and that's why they've gotten so big and skin stretched out so much.
So at one point, the doctor said no, probably, and she had to do it on her own.
It sounds like, I don't know.
into things when going out, can't breathe properly while exercising, or can't buckle a seatbelt, she doesn't care at all. It wasn't until her family and coach noticed her behavior that they forced her to learn about the risks. Doctors warned that a wrong injection or too much filler could rupture the breasts and directly cause death. But even knowing her life could be in danger, Foxy doesn't see it as harm. She still wants bigger breasts. She still wants to claim the world's #1 title.
Okay. Well, you
know-
what about back pain?
Honestly, this is
not good for-
wild.
It's not good for your back,
It shouldn't be allowed, but are you gonna criminally pursue her?
especially your lower back. You gotta hold that stuff up.
This is why we shouldn't allow people access to their own medical alterations.
You're holding up. I wonder how much they weigh.
Those things gotta weigh 25 pounds a pop.
25 pounds?
Well, she's at how many cc's?
See if I can find it. She wants to reach
10,000
cc's.
But how much is it current?
I don't know. I don't think it said.
I thought it did say.
Did it?
at
Okay,
the
let me
beginning.
see. Oh, okay. Let me go to the beginning. Blah, 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 blah.
Each is 940 cc's, so she needs 60 more cc's to get there. So we'll ask Grok, how heavy is 940 cc's as a breast implant? That's per implant. That's not counting all the tissue and stuff around it. So ask how heavy would each boob be? There's no way that's 2 pounds of tissue.
No, it looks like it's way heavier.
Yeah, it looks like 25.
I mean, you heard the sound when she dropped the boob down on the table. When I went to high school, there was a girl who had bigger boobs, nothing like this, but she had bigger boobs and she had to get breast reduction surgery because it hurt her back. Now, her boobs were probably maybe an F, I think.
I think my mom was a double E and she got reduced down to a double D.
They were big, but they weren't anything that made me go, wow, those are huge, but they hurt her back. Now, those are probably way less than 2.3 pounds, and those were hurting her back. Now, the things that are on this lady are probably, I don't know, 10 times as big, maybe
Yeah, they're
15
like beach
times
balls.
as big. It's
My
going to give
mom-
you some severe back issues.
My mom had it done because of back issues.
Yeah.
My grandparents both clearly had like double D's. My mom went from a double E to a double D, I believe. And then my sister also has double D's. I came out with C cups. Don't know what happened, but I'm grateful that I don't have the pain. I definitely know that it can be heavy on you. And I've seen like I think I told you, my mom barely grows armpit hair because that's how they remove the breast tissue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
out from the side.
Yeah. I never really was over, like she also had 4 kids, so that would have just amplified it. I don't think this woman should be allowed to get these materials. I understand that like saline and
She's
things
getting
like
them
that.
illegally, I bet.
There's got to be at least. There's got to be some like market or something she's going to. I'm sure a lot of that stuff you can get easily. Saline and even like syringes. They have those for everything these days. If you're in like California, you can get a syringe just by walking down the street and saying you want one.
That's true.
So it's not like anyone's gatekeeping these things from these people.
True.
I think that at a certain point, it's such a risk medically that you should really get some intervention.
Yeah.
And maybe a psychological intervention because clearly it's a mental thing, right?
If you're thinking about it, when you got big boobs like that, it's gonna.
They were like,
Sorry,
they were like
And
wompers.
you're walking, right? Those things are gonna weigh you down.
What if you get in a car accident?
They're gonna make you go forward, right? In order
Yeah.
to not go forward and to stand up straight, you got to use back muscles. You're gonna be using your lower back muscles a lot, and that is gonna cause a lot of damage, not only to the muscles but to the spine itself and the intervertebral discs in between. I mean, the compression alone.
What if you get
So
in a car
she's going to
accident?
be all messed up. I don't know how long she's had these for, but it's not going to take long before it starts really affecting her health.
I wish that she gets good therapy.
I guess a car accident, it would be extra
you
barrier.
get a black eye from the giant.
Absolutely.
That giant hit you're gonna take.
Absolutely.
Look at that big old thunk, you know.
Those things don't look soft like pillows. They look like they could do some damage if you're swinging them around.
It looks kind of like a punching bag, like so
A giant
tense,
one.
so tense that you like if it swung to hit you, you'd be like ah, you know.
I would be afraid.
Yeah, I'm scared.
That's,
The thing is, at least for me, maybe people don't agree. Obviously, I'm attracted to women, so I feel like I have every right to say this. There's a certain size that's like too big.
too big. But everyone likes different breast sizes.
Yeah, but like when someone says they like big boobs, they're not talking about that.
Right? They're talking about what, double D's.
Maybe just, or like some girls have very small boobs, so sometimes they're just talking about slightly bigger boobs. Sometimes they mean pretty big boobs, but very rarely does someone mean that.
That's extreme.
That's very extreme for
It's
anyone.
that's like my strange addiction.
Yeah, like those people who put their heads inside of each other. It's like strange.
Heads inside of each other. Oh, you mean and then they just stretch it and then
And then death.
is it like it's like reverse having a baby?
yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, people die that way.
That's so weird. Why would you do
But
that?
the thing is, like, you're fulfilling some kind of fantasy you have here, and it could kill you. Just like that could kill you.
Yeah.
Now, I understand it's not necessarily the exact same action, but to some degree, it has the same effects. It's the same start. It's the same end.
How have they not burst yet?
The thing is, when they do, you're going to be in so much pain. Plus, you can't tell if that inside is infected. Like, as the person, she can't tell.
Oh, like it could be leaking inside and you wouldn't know?
You could have popped your implant. You could have a bunch of just free floating fluid in there.
Wow. Lola Ferrari was under control and died from these surgeries? Yeah, and her boobs aren't even close to the size of that lady's.
They don't look under the same tension, at least. Yeah.
Yeah, because hers were like pulling away from her body. You could see the skin taut. I was just looking at some comments. That's not the woman I was talking, or maybe it was. Maybe she was in striptease. I'm not really sure. Lola Ferrari. Was she in striptease? I'm just looking real quick. 1 second. Lola was that 2 R's? No,
Like
just
the car.
Ferrari?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, whatever. I'm just curious. She was in films, and they were all
French?
They were.
Planet boobs. Is it porn?
That's what I was thinking. Maybe it's, filmography. But there you go. Pornographic films. So that wasn't the lady who was
Again,
in striptease.
was it for her or was it for the male gaze?
Probably for the money. She entered the international limelight in 1995, appearing in the French Guinness Book of World Records in 1996 and 99. Her death in 2000 was ruled a suicide. Really? So she didn't die from the boobs. At age 37, she looked a lot older than 37. Wow. What is she?
Antidepressant overdose. it
Overdose,
says.
antidepressants, and tranquilizers. She had been depressed.
The second autopsy found that mechanical induced suffocation could not be ruled out. She could have literally drowned underneath her own.
Mechanically induced suffocation? Like did she suffocate from her boobs or was
It
this
sounds
something
like
else?
It's a possibility. Hit the little
I
seven.
mean, you could if you're like laying back and those things are pushing up, it couldn't cut off your airway. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't think boobs would be dangerous, but you'd be surprised.
Death of a porn star. Yeah, porn star. I guess that would be something that I don't know much about and I don't want to talk too much about, but I would say it sounds like that she could have.
Well, it just proves that not only was it unhealthy for her, but she also had a mental health issue, which is why I'm saying that this lady definitely has mental health issues.
Yes,
without a doubt.
And even further to my point, that woman did it so more men would watch the videos she was doing sexual content with.
Right. At 37, she was probably hitting past her prime, or she thought she was hitting past her prime, got really depressed, wasn't getting as much attention as she was used to, already had mental health issues. And
Decided, let's do this instead.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. Anyway, what do you guys think? You can put it in the comments below if you want. I
Her
recommend it.
areolas are giant.
What?
I bet her areolas are like this fucking big, dude.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
You ever seen big tits?
I have.
Big areolas?
Yeah, you know what? I don't think I've ever seen ones that were giant that had tiny ones. Because
Exactly.
it all stretches out.
I've seen areolas that were, I'm not kidding, that big.
On little boobs?
No.
Right. I think it's the getting stretched out part.
I know, I'm like here right now. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say so.
But like I've genuinely seen like saucers.
Most people, I've heard silver dollars, but this would be like sand dollars. Sand dollars, right? Is that what they're called?
I think
it
they're
goes from
usually
like
about that big.
silver dollars to sand dollars, or like the pancakes.
Salami or bologna
Salami.
slices.
I've heard that one before. Salami nipples. Those are big.
My brother ended up having slightly darker pigmentation than the rest of us, so we called him Darth Nip.
It's cruel.
He looks like he's got little burnt pepperonis. Sorry, it's funny. I don't think that's offensive. I definitely said it to his face. Okay. I don't know, like.
Anyway, like and subscribe, join our membership to keep the channel going, and we will see you in the next one. Adios.
Bye.
Creeping, crawling.